George Kilpatrick, Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. And we feel good when you are making positive financial moves. So here to help you do that is Vicki Brackens, president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corp. Member SIPC, and a great supporter of Inspiration for the Nation. So, Vicki, this week I want to remind our listeners that when we talk about finance, and it could be sometimes over people's heads, and if that ever happens, we're going to ring the bell. That's the jargon bell that'll bring Vicki home so she could keep it real and find out that she maybe need to break it down. All right, so Vicki, what's on our plate today?
Exactly that. What's on our plate today? Last week, we really started looking at some of the stepping stones, and the stepping stones as far as the basic investment stepping stones. And we took some time to look at risk tolerance, and that's really about the fluctuations in the market and how you feel about those, and risk capacity, which is about your ability to have a plan B or a plan C, maybe even a plan D, depending on what's happening with your investments, so that you can actually execute goals. That tells you about your risk capacity. And then finally, we ended up with dollar cost averaging, which is about consistently investing through all market cycles. You know, one of the things, though, George, I forgot to say is that one of the best things about dollar cost averaging is that it takes one of our biggest challenges right off the table, and that is emotions. Mm-hmm. Because it's really, really, really tough to make an investment when the markets are being crazy. Mm-hmm. Okay, dollar cost averaging, because it's a set it and forget it type process, and you use it every day in your 401k, by the way. That's dollar cost averaging. Okay. Every pay period, some money comes out.
Take some money out.
Okay.
Right.
That is why 401k plans and the consistency of 401k plans have been a really good benefit for many, many people. But today we're going to move forward to another principle, and that principle is asset allocation. So I want you to think of this, okay? Based on who I am and my basic makeup and my financial standing, what kind of meal, we're going to talk about it in terms of a meal, what kind of meal is best for me? So if you went to your doctor today and they ran a lot of tests and they looked at your blood work and they determined that you needed a low-calorie diet, then they tell you to eat plenty of vegetables and stay away from the starches and stay away from the cakes and pies, right?
And that's what they would tell you.
Okay, and that's what you should do, okay? Same thing when you are looking at your investment makeup. Usually you're going to take some, fill out some questionnaires, and it's going to look at your standing as far as your financial standing currently, what your age is, what your risk tolerance, your emotions around fluctuations, when you need the money, a number, and the numbers and capacity of your resources, and your portfolio meal or the meal on your plate should look like this. They'll give you a formula. You should have X amount of cash and Y amount of stocks and Z amount of bonds. This formula is the way that you should set up your plate, and it's one of the most important functions, how you set the allocation, how you design the plate to give you the consistent results that you really need. In fact, it's been shown through research, George, that over 80 to 90% of the results of a good portfolio is driven by setting the plate properly. You remember former First Lady Michelle Obama?
Oh, yeah.
And how she advised everyone to set properly balanced meals?
Yes.
I wish I could say the same thing or get everybody to hear me as well as they heard her, advising everyone to set properly balanced portfolios when you are designing your investment models. Just because you saw it on TV that somebody made X amount of dollars doing this does not necessarily mean that that is the right process for you, because you don't know what their financial standing is. You don't know what their experiences are. You don't know how many different avenues of resources they have to fall upon.
But, emotionally, people, they see the advertisements for gold. They see the advertisements, penny stocks, and you can get rich and all of this stuff. So while we're saying that this should be an emotionless process, it's pretty emotional when you think about it.
Yes. Okay, I will not disagree with you, because when you're watching TV and you're hearing those things, that's what Madison Avenue is all about.
That's what they get paid to do.
Exactly. Okay. They're driving your decisions based on your emotions. So I'm asking everyone, step back 2 steps. Go through the process of establishing a portfolio design that meets your emotions, that is consistent with your financial standing, that is designed to reach your goals, and design a process that will be consistent and appropriate for you going forward. So, George, I think at this point in time, we can say for sure the plate is full.
All right, Vicki Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC. You can contact Vicki Brackens at brackensfinancialfsn.com, and you can call her at 315-428-8448. Thanks, Vicki.
Thanks, George.
Vicki Brackens, President, Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corp., member SIPC. Inspiration for the nation.